No. Nurse, student, and mom life is not easy, baby, okay? Listen, take it from me. I'm done. I want to fail. I want to quit, rather. I can't do it no more. My daddy hospitalized for almost a week. My car done broke down. I ain't had no car for a week, yes. I done had drama. People that supposed to be here for me ain't here for me. Okay? The course that I'm taking, that I have paid for out my pocket, baby, paid for in cash, no financial aid, don't even count towards my nursing degree. So I have taken and signed up for this class in vain. So I'm done. If you want to see if I even made it through this course, if I even passed the course, I have failed the test. I have failed tests. Y'all stay tuned and see just if I pass this course, cause baby, it's a mess. Okay? School is no joke. There will always be some type of drama, something that's gonna want to make you quit. Okay? As you see, my dad was hospitalized the first week of school, second week of school. Car broke down, still had to work, still had to manage to take my kids to school, pick them up on the days that I was not working. It was a mess, okay? So, on the first week, I should have known the class was going to be a mess. I'm doing this off the top of my head because I'm trying to get ready and go grocery shopping. Wow, I'm off today and the kids are at the daycare. The first week of school, I went in class the first day. Look at my last video and you will see how awesome my first day went. Of course, all first days go awesome, right? Okay, so we go to school and I found out on the first day of class that my class is actually was supposed to, I thought I signed up for a 4-month class. So from January to, I guess, like to April, the end of April. Well, my teacher was like, oh, this is a 7-week course. A 7-week course? Okay, then I said, okay, God, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to stop going to class. It's a 7-week course. I'm going to do it. I'm ready to go to school. It's been 7 years and I'm ready. I can do it. So I knew what I had to do. I get to work, I would take my laptop with me on my downtime and I would do my work because everything was on the computer. Ebook, the website we had to use to do all of our assignments for math. The laptop not working, the software not working on the laptop. So I went to class Monday and Wednesday. Monday I had did some work. The software wasn't working. We downloaded it for free. You get a free, then you had to pay $100 after the free trial. The teacher gave us a free trial. Okay, cool. I get to class Wednesday and one of the little young girls was like, oh, I'll help you. And I say young girls because I'm in my 30s and these kids in this class, it was some high schoolers in my class doing like the dual enrollment where you get your AA degree while you're in high school. It was also some freshmen right out of high school in class. So I was feeling, for once in my life, I was feeling old, okay? I was able to figure out what was going on with the computer and why I couldn't. It was a pop-up blocker. I got to work on my downtime and I'm like, why isn't this website? The software was on there. I was able to log in, but none of the work would come up. So where I should have had done my notes, I studied my notes, but done my homework, I had already fell 2 days behind. Then I finally caught up, but I wasn't used to doing this work online. Like, when I was in college, it was 2011 and that was nursing school. So last time I had took prereqs was like 2008. So we didn't have no stuff on no computers. Like we just had our books, so times are totally different. You're talking about a 10+ year difference, okay, in technology and time. Everything was totally different, okay? My daughter's now in middle school. My daughter was in freaking kindergarten or something back then. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big difference. So I'm real lost, feeling like I'm 89 years old. No offense to my 89-year-olds, but I was feeling very like dated. Like, what the Sam Hill? I don't know how to do this stuff. So my sister helped me. I figured it out at work. I had, I'm like, okay, I have all this time doing what I got to do. I'm going to focus and figure out what the heck is going on. I got through that battle. The next week, my dad was in the hospital. Whenever he's sick, I'm solely, the one that's responsible for everything. So I'm handling house, 4 kids, they homework, everything that come along with being a mom, my nurse life. Then I'm having to handle him after during that same time, mind you, my dad is who pick my kids up when I'm at work, because I work like a 1 to 9 shift. Back then, I was working 1 to 9 shift, and then 1 p to 9 p. Then ignorance started happening with family drama. Okay, I'm like, Jesus, I can't take this. I took my test. We would take our tests like a week later in class. So it was 7-week class, but we had 5 tests, okay? And she would drop the lowest test score. But you had to take all 5 by the end of the semester, and then she dropped the lowest test score. I freaking failed that jump. Like, I failed it. I went in there and it was a mess, y'all. It was like one thing after the next. The testing center, I had to go to the testing center because we didn't do our tests in class. We did our tests like, you do lecture and then you go back and you can take the test after class, or you can come and take a test while she's teaching another class, or you could do it in the testing center. Well, so much is happening in my life. I'm having to work, and as soon as I would get out of class, I would go to work. And then on the days that I didn't have to go to work, I had house stuff to get together. So I just was not able to, do my test during the week. I get to the testing center, I scheduled the test too late. And so I scheduled the test for 11:15, and like an hour later, the test, it was just difficult crap, y'all. It was like, now I got it. Like, I could teach you how to do it now. But then it was a mess. And the testing lady came in there and was rushing me in the middle of my test. You done yet? Are you finished? How many more you got? Like, I literally had like 10 questions left. And that's why how I failed it too. I rushed through them because I didn't want to just not do them. And I just tried to put in any answer and flunk the test. Well, I retook that test, y'all, and we was able to retake our tests. And I got like a A. I think I ended up getting a 91 on that test. But, it was a mess. It was a mess, y'all. It was one thing after another. Then the next week, y'all, this is week 3, y'all. My daddy had just got discharged from the hospital. After he got discharged from the hospital, my car broke down. My van, my mama Cadillac. It needed, it was something with the radiator. And I had a mechanic that could come to the house and fix it. Praise the Lord. That was a blessing. Always look at your like trials as find positivity out of everything. Like with my dad, it just showed me how strong I am and how I can balance so much. And when my dad was in the hospital, I just thought about it. I didn't know that was going to set me up for when my daughter was in the hospital just last week for almost a week. So you never know why you go through things. I try not to question God and stuff, but it's like I'm so emotional right now because it's like all I want to do is just pass this class so that I can get into these nursing programs, because this is what I need so that I can further educate myself. I love being an LPN, but I want to further educate myself. And also my dream was always to be an RN. Look at my last video on how I failed RN school. I have already been through RN school. I did about a year and I failed. Okay, so like as you see, I don't play. Like if I'm very determined. If it's something I want to do, I'm gonna freaking do it. Okay. So my car broke down, and it wasn't the whole week. So it wasn't till Friday that I was able to get it fixed. So the way I got out of that, one day my dad let me hold his car, and the other day I had to go to court that week. I was sitting in court, and that's how I ended up passing my second test, y'all, because I was studying. Something was like, take your notes with you. And I took my notes, and I was sitting in there like everything started clicking that the teacher had been talking about, y'all. I was like, okay, God, you real comical and you good. Okay. So yeah, I passed that second test. Still, I was behind, y'all, so bad in my work because I had life. Like, it's like I couldn't catch up. And I was tripping and I was stressed to the point that I had just wanted to freaking quit. Like, no lie. I wanted to just quit. I was done. I was like, okay. I told my dad, I said, I think I'm just going to just drop out because, I can't do this. It's too much. And my daddy was like, no. And I wanted to quit because of the drama that I was going through. I had already arranged people to be here for the children. And, that particular person was not because of their own need, these are my needs going to school, but at the same time, this was something that was already set up and they knew what they had to do. And that, you know, it really messed me up. It messed me up a lot, because emotionally, mentally, I was sitting at work crying and stressed, and I don't bring my problems with me to work. And it's like, come on now, Lorna, you been through this ish. I've been through this ish. You know, my daughter 14 years old, I done been through this ish before. God already done took you through this crap. You know you're gonna get through this. You know God got you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this to myself and crying. I'm not out here doing something negative. Like, the reason why I quit my job I had was so that I could be home with my kids more, which I am. I only work 2 days a week, okay? I'm in a position where I can work part-time and still pay my bills. And it's crazy because I'm making a little less than what I was making at the other job, and I'm home more with my kids. I have every weekend off, and I'm able to do more with my children. And it's like, that's all I wanted. I prayed for that, and God gave it to me. And I got an awesome you know, position right now as a nurse at a good agency or whatever. And it's like, come on now, you know, why is this happening? And a lot of times we're going to ask God those things, ask him, and you know, he just want to show us how strong we are, and he want to give us tests, just like those same tests that I was taking. You know, he was just testing my strength and testing how I'm going to react. I did what I had to do. So at any rate, my daddy said, no, you're not going to quit. We gonna do what we have to do. No, those kind of things that's happening to you right now, they're just trying to stress you out. He was like, we got you. Everything is gonna work itself out. Just do what you know what you have to do, and that's school. The girls are gonna be okay. And you know, my mom them told me the same thing, and my mom was like, well, I don't want you to quit school. You know, you're in a great position where you can go to school and we'll work it out. Well, I go to the advisor office the next week. Every week, y'all, something happened to me in this class. It was like crazy. When I was in nursing school, I had crap going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's just remember, whenever you want to do something positive in your life, it's going to be roadblocks and hurdles and tests. And that's just God testing you. And a lot of times it's the devil too, you know, trying to get you to quit and everything and discourage you. But the next thing that happened to me, and I'm like, okay, well, I know I'm done. I go to the advisor office, and I just need to follow up with everything what's going on, because my situation is different. I talked about it in the last video with everything I have to pay out of pocket, and you know, my situation a little different. So I went to the office to find out with financial aid, you know, what was going on, and I'm going to have to appeal or whatnot to try to get my financial aid. It's just a lot. So anywho, and the lady she sent me over to the advisor. She was like, well, you need to go talk to the advisor so we can make sure, you know, that you're on the right academic plan and everything is good. So I talked to her, and she's like, oh, your GPA is good. And she said, now, what are you here for? You know, and I'm like, you know, I'm for the RN, for the SN, Associates of Science and Nursing. And she said, okay, well, you're doing your AA right now, and I have one class, supposed to have one class left, y'all. One class, and that was going to be this math class that I took. I made sure I asked numerous times, called numerous times and talked to the nursing advisor to make sure that I did not have to take a college algebra like I knew I had to before. And they said, oh no, MGF is fine. MGF is like a finite math, it's like also statistics all in one. You have, in order to take like statistics, the class I'm taking, you have to take this class first. It's a higher college level class. Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool. She say, well, you know what? I just found out that they changing the curriculum, and you actually can't take the class that you're taking right now anymore. And I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, let me call over to the advising office. So she called over to the nursing advising office, and lo and behold, y'all, guess what she told me? Yeah, you can't take that class is not available anymore. You have to take college algebra. And I say, but I called and talked to everybody I needed to talk to make sure, because I'm paying out my pocket, number one. Number two, I'm just ready to get in this program, and I don't have time to be I don't have time to be waste. Okay, and she's like, I understand that. And lo and behold, I was supposed to take college algebra. I shouldn't have took the class that I took. Okay, all I could do was I could cry, you know, and I was like, okay, this is too much. And I was already had passed one test, two tests, but we had boohoo homework. So in my head I'm thinking, okay, this is I'm done. I really for real am done with this class, because I was still paying on the class. You could do payment installments, and I'm like, this don't make no darn sense. Like, I probably was now like, I probably wasn't in the 4 weeks yet. It probably hadn't been a month. I know I had just missed the mark to drop the class. So I'm like, okay, well, the lady was like, and it's too late to drop the class, the advisor. I said, exactly. She said, man, I'm so sorry. And I was like, this is crazy. All I want to do, y'all, all I want to do is pass this class and get on with my life and get in this program. But it's like one thing after another, one thing after another. So that was another hurdle, y'all. I'm sitting in a class that I paid for that's not even going to go towards me getting into the program. If you looking to get into a nursing program, you know what's entitled in that. Like, it's very serious. I got good grades on my prereqs, and I'm like, okay, well, now this course, I might as well just flunk it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, man, bump me. I say, well, no, Lorna, don't be stupid, because guess what? You still it's going to affect your GPA. So I'm sitting here going through all this drama, all this stress, drama in, my drama that I'm going through already. And then this happens. And I'm like, man, this is some bull crap. You know what I'm saying? And so that's another reason I wanted to just flunk. I just was done. I'm done with the class. What's the point of taking it? You know what I'm saying? And so I talked to my professor about it, and I was just done. I was already behind. But I'm going to tell you something, y'all. I stuck through that class. I was like, Lorna, you can sit here and you can drop this class if you want. You wasted hundreds of dollars, because I had to pay for the software that was over $100 on a computer that you need in my math lab. I had to pay for the class. I wasted time studying. What am I to show my daughters, that mommy just gonna quit? I tell them they can't quit. So mommy gonna quit? No. You know what I did? I slept, ate, and breathed that math class. Like, everything was math. If I could take my notes with me wherever I had to go, I did it. And I retook the test that I could retake, and I got on my homework, and I did what I could, and I passed that class, y'all. And that class, I have not checked my GPA, because as soon as I finished the class, I was just happy to be done with school. And then the next week, my daughter got hospitalized for almost a week. So yeah, God, I'm gonna tell you something right now. God will bring us to stuff, and we don't and bring things in our life, and he will take you through it if you just trust in him. And he want to see just how you're gonna make it, and see if you're gonna be strong enough, and if you strong-willed, and if you're faithful enough to go through the things and make it. And I proved myself right, and I feel good. Like, I passed that freaking class. I felt so dumb. And then I talked to some of my other classmates, and it was all of us. It was just really weird math. Like, why do we need this math? Now, some of it you do need for nursing, that we did, converting, and statistics. I can understand why you need statistics in nursing, especially if you're going later on, like, to get your bachelor's. You're going to need statistics in life. I mean, everything is statistical. Everything. I mean, you're going to need it. But it was like, why do I have to go through this? And why am I taking this course that I got to pay out my pocket that I don't even need? But guess what? That is going to prepare me to take statistics, because I'm taking statistics to apply to another college for their BSN program. So that already prepared me to take elementary statistics. This class prepared me for when I go into college algebra. This class prepared me when I go into chemistry, because I have not had to study and stay disciplined like I have had to do in these 7 weeks. If I had not taken this 7-week course, y'all, my baby would have been hospitalized while I was in school. I would have had to quit school, because these kids are on top of everything. Then it's my job in school. They trump everything. My kids go on top. So I said, oh God, okay, you are awesome. You just proved to me why. You just proved to he opened my eyes, y'all. Don't quit. Do not quit. You work through it. You get through it. I have 4 kids, y'all, and I'm single. I'm not married. You hear me? And I have solicit prayers of everybody, and I have cried, y'all, and I have been frustrated with myself, but I still got through it. And I'm talking about that's just the major things that happened to me throughout the course and the 7 weeks. You know, it was just a mess. It was a mess. I went back to that same testing center and took a test and still had drama with them again, y'all. It was just a mess. And my mom was like, you are going through so much and it's little time. Don't quit. So if y'all want tips on how to succeed and how to get through class, or if you got a tip that will help me or the other listeners or the other followers, please leave it below, please. I also want y'all to subscribe and let me know and keep up with me, because I'm going to be putting out more videos. Like, this isn't the only video. I'm going to also do a video on how different tips on how to survive a class, how to pass a class as a single mom in school. Thank y'all for watching this video. You know, I tried to do this off the top of my head. I'm getting ready to go to the grocery store, but I just wanted to come on here and say, y'all, I did it. I did the dang thing through all those tribulations and trials, baby. I did it, and that's because I trusted in God. Whoever your higher person you pray to, you know, whatever, you use that. Okay? Don't forget to share this video. Share it with everybody you know that's in school. Share it with anybody want to go to school. Share it. Just share it, okay? Thank you. Love you.